Okay, Corey, we got some insulation here. This is a messy job, honestly, but we're gonna be very careful and we're gonna use proper safety precautions. The first thing I'm gonna say is this, because the very first thing I wanna do is rub my eye, but I'm not gonna do it. You don't want fiberglass insulation in your eyes. So proper eye protection, protection from your hands, don't rub your eyes.
First thing we need to do is start in a side and work our way around, but we need to make sure that that bay fits exactly with the width of this insulation.
All right, let's get some of these.
It looks like this is built with 16 inches on center. This is 15 insulation. Should be easy.
All right, let's get it out. Okay, Corey, obviously insulation comes in rolls of a certain length, and also it comes in bundles. If it's in a bundle, it's multiple pieces that are a certain length, a standard for the interior of a new construction, I would say. But we went with a roll, so we're gonna have to measure each bay and cut a piece to fit it perfectly. The first measurement we've got, Corey, is 92.5. 92.5 from the top of the bottom plate to the bottom of the top plate. Okay, 92.5.
So Tony, I like to use an Olfa knife to cut insulation. The blade extends out nice and long. That way you don't have to make multiple passes on the insulation.
That's a clean cut.
Just like that.
All right.
We're ready to put this on the wall, but we have to make sure we put it in the right way. The insulation is made up with the fiberglass, and then this is called the vapor barrier, otherwise known as craft paper or craft face. Craft face insulation, the insulation fiberglass portion goes towards the wall, and then you should see the paper face when you're done.
There's a couple ways to attach this to the studs. You can pull this ear over and fasten it right onto the stud just like this. Or you can put this ear on the inside and fasten it to the inside of the stud. Both are acceptable. The sheet rocker would rather you have it on the inside than the outside in case the staples don't go all the way in.
Well, Tony, looks like you cut it short.
Hey, I didn't even cut that.
Who did?
Nice work. You know what? That's okay, because insulation is one of those products that doesn't have to be precision, but you do want to make sure you fill all the gaps. So we can easily measure a small piece, cut it off, stuff it in there, no problem.
We need a piece 3.5 inches.
3.5 inches coming up.
Perfect fit. So one thing we'll have to do is come back later and tape over this seam that we've put in here. Otherwise, we'll have a gap where moisture can get through. So we'll cover that up with tape later. One thing I wanted to tell you, when you're stuffing insulation into a wall cavity, you want to make sure that you don't over-compress it. Insulation only does its job when it's at its full thickness. And when you compress it, all you're doing is compressing that R value. So don't over-compress it.